What is up, guys? Chad with Cigars and Gear coming back at you with another video. This one, I gotta say, my friends, is a quite exciting one for me. So, well, first off, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. As you can tell, I'm a small channel just getting started, so I really appreciate the views, and I really appreciate the few subscribers too. So if you like what you see and you want to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. But anyways, back to the knife. So what is in this box right here? Well, let me just say right now, it's a discontinued Benchmade. And the little backstory on it is, so start at the beginning. I started collecting knives when I was young, maybe like 7 or 8, going to Boy Scouts, and I'd have my knife, and then I started getting really into it when I was like 11 and 12, and so when I was about 12, I decided I wanted a nice knife. I had tons of knives, but I didn't have any expensive knives. I had more gas station-esque Mall Ninja type knives. But I wanted to get something nice that I could use and carry and use when I'm hunting and camping and that sort of thing with my dad and friends. So I ended up saving up my money from mowing lawns, and I ended up buying a Benchmade. And back then I didn't really know too much about, I didn't really know anything about Benchmade other than people said they're really nice knives. So I didn't know anything about different models or anything like that. But so it ends up that knife shortly after got discontinued, and I didn't know that until some time after. But so back to the story. What happened was I have the knife, buy it, I love it, I carry it every day. I stopped carrying all my cheapo knives, and the very first camping type trip I go on, about a week after I bought the knife, I went with my friend. We just went on a little hike, brought our 22s, and went camping and just shot our little 22s, shooting squirrels and whatnot. And then in the morning, we hiked back down. And I had the knife the whole time, I kept checking on it. And in the morning, I put it in my pocket. We start hiking down. It's about a 2-mile hike down, I'd say, from what I remember. And about halfway down, I reach in my pocket, and I feel for my knife, and it's not there. So I immediately start freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I tell my friend, I say, hey, I lost my knife. Can you help me look for it? He says, yes, no problem. So we turn around, and I'm not kidding, we looked from morning until dark, and I could not find that freaking knife. And to this day, it has bugged me so bad, because not only did I lose the knife, I mean, that sucks, but I was like 12 years old. And just for reference, I'm 25 right now. So this was roughly 13 years ago. And so I was 12 years old, and I lost the knife, and I didn't know what model it was. So once I get older and I'm like 18, and I start really getting back into collecting high-end knives, I really want to replace that knife that I lost, just for the nostalgia of having it as a kid. And it was my very first nice knife and Benchmade, but I could never find it because I could never remember what the model was, because I never knew anything about the model numbers or names or anything when I was young. And so for years, I just kind of scoured the internet looking like discontinued Benchmades, and I got a very nice collection going over the years. Protex, Microtex, lots of discontinued Benchmades, Benchmade, they're normal production models that are still in production, you name it. I mean, I got some Riots, I got Chris Reeves, but so I got my collection going, but I could never figure out what that first Benchmade I had that I lost was. And about a week ago, I'm scouring the internet again, typed in used or discontinued Benchmades on Google Images, and I'm just scrolling through, and I finally found it after, I didn't immediately start trying to buy another one, because I lost it and I didn't have money. So I was about 12, but literally it got discontinued that year or the year after or something. And so maybe 5 years later, I get 5 years after that, I was 12, I get back into knives. And then from that point, so from when I was 17 or something until 25, I've been trying to figure out which knife model it was. As dumb as it is, But there's just so many, and I finally freaking found it. The second I found it, I went on eBay, did a search. There was one on there. It was a reputable seller, had 100% positive, and all he sold was Benchmades. So I immediately jumped on it. It was not cheap. It ended up being about $225. But without further ado, now let's spoil it. It is... Oh wait, should I tell you? Nah, I'll just open it. We'll make it fun. Today I'm carrying, this is the Spider Coefficient. With my little lanyard. Spider crawls or climbs the web. Yeah, this is a good beater knife, you know. I don't like China-made knives too much, to be completely honest. Most of my collection is American-made, but this is a good knife for the money. Alright, we're just going to cut this tab. And I'm really sorry about the wind. I know I'm out on my ranch, and I know it's windy, so I apologize. I hope it's not too bad on the audio. And this knife, he did not have the box, which I was fine. I was just so excited to have it back in my collection. And I have not even opened it. I just opened it. You guys are seeing it firsthand with me. So let's see. I haven't seen this knife in... It's been 13 years since I've seen or held this knife. That is it. The Benchmade Mini Skirmish. We can let that go. We don't need that. I think it's a 635, I believe. It was 635 was the number. But yeah, this is the Benchmade Mini Skirmish. And it is, oh my gosh, buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. And it's in used condition. I mean, the blade has a few... It's going to be kind of hard to see, but the blade has a few minor scratches. There's one scratch on the titanium handle right there, and then the pocket clip has some surface scratches. But geez, I mean, that's no big deal. I mean, in my mind, this is still in amazing condition. But oh my gosh, this is so crazy. This is so nostalgic. I mean, this was my first Benchmade 13 years ago. Lost it and haven't had it, or it literally, in the scheme of things, gosh, what am I trying to say, guys? In the long run, it literally took me about 13 years to get my hands back on one. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But anyways, thanks for tuning in and sharing that moment with me. I'm super excited. This is bringing back a lot of memories. It's almost surreal. I never thought I'd find it again. I'd even searched for like Benchmade models with swirl in handle, because that's what I remembered from when I was a kid. I remembered it was like a titanium looking handle with the swirls. So I'd searched that, like Benchmade with swirl handles, titanium handle Benchmade swirl, and I could not find it for some reason. And then randomly, like a week ago, finally it just popped up and I found it, and I was like, oh my gosh, now that I know what it is, I'm gonna try to find one. Hopped on eBay, found one for sale, and I just couldn't resist. I pulled the plug immediately and bought it. I think it was $225 or something like that. But from the research I did, that's pretty fair price for these. They're pretty hard to come by right now, I guess, but it is. I mean, it's it's just buttery smooth. But anyways, guys, thank you again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. There'll be a lot of knife reviews coming in the future. I have a pretty well-rounded knife collection, and I'd love to do some reviews. And I'm also really into firearms. I have a pretty large firearm collection. If anyone is interested in seeing something specific, if you guys want to leave a comment, I'll be glad to make videos on it. But yeah, anyways, I really appreciate it. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'm so happy to have that back in my collection. And I don't know if you can hear that, but the ducks just started flapping around. We got ducks and chickens on the ranch, and yeah, so you guys can see that too if you ever want to. Let me know what you want to see, and I can make it happen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks.